What's up, Ateros? Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to another Rican reaction, bro. I'm gassed, bro. Listen. I prayed for this. I predicted 3-1, and I want to apologize because in talking to the community, I forgot to put my match reaction. I forgot to talk about, my match preview. But I did predict 3-1. And I was wrong. We 3-0. Yeah, I should have gone with the community and gone with the clean sheet. But 3-0 to the Arsenal. And as you can see, I have my client. He's up. He's back. Right? Just shy of a hat trick. Probably could have got it, to be fair. But gas. Big up, Brian. And yeah, midfield, Lewis Skelly. We said this a while ago. Listen, Brian's from the group chat. And we said, bro, last year, 2025, we need to play Miles Lewis Skelly in midfield, right? We saw flashes of it. We saw instances of it. And then you got people saying, no, he's a left back. No, why would we got Zubamendi? No, we got Rice. No, we got Odegaard. No, we got Eza. Like, bro, Odegaard ain't done nothing for 18 months. Zubamendi and Rice, you don't need that every game. They don't give you anything going forward. Zubamendi can, but if we're going to play him at a 6, you can't play 2 6s and then put Martin Odegaard and expect to have creativity. The balance ain't right. You got 2 fridges and a guy that wants to pass sideways. But now, Miles Lewis Skelly, take a bow, son. That absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing for Miles Lewis Skelly. And that's what you want to see. You know, I've been saying from time, we need to give this kid more opportunity. We need to give him a run in the team, especially as, you know, for a while, our midfield looked like legless, running in quicksand, getting overrun. Miles Lewis Skelly today was a breath of fresh air. Breath of fresh air. Amazing. So I'm gassed, bro. I'm gassed, and I'm happy for Miles Lewis Skelly as well. What it does mean is it should give our manager a little bit of a headache, because he should look at that and say, do we play him? Do we play him on Tuesday? Do we allow him to have a go on Tuesday? It's definitely conversation. Definitely conversation. Big up Fraley. Fraley's in the chat. He said, great game. Very solid. Let me know, man, the match, in my opinion. MLS, man, and he rested pretty well. Give me a second. I'm just pulling something up I'm pulling up the team sheet. Give me a second. I forgot that I hadn't loaded. But big up to Fraley. Big up to Brian. This thing is goofy sometimes. So sometimes it loads, sometimes it doesn't. Let me just pull it up, see if it actually loaded. There we go. So let's go through the player ratings real quick. Actually, you know what? No, let's save that. Let's save that. Let's just take a minute. And, bro, I'm gassed. I'm gassed. I want to go through that, but I just have so much on my mind. Just off the top of my head. Firstly, and most importantly, I have to give credit to our manager, Mikel Arteta. I thought we would come out with the same lineup. I thought it'd be more of the same. And I have to admit, firstly, I was shocked by the lineup. You guys were in here. I was shocked by the lineup. And then the match happens, and it's like we saw a different Arsenal. Like, I was glued to my TV the entire first half. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could not believe what I was seeing. It was something that I had begged for. It was something that the fan base had begged for. You know, we wanted to see free-flowing football. We wanted to see attacking football. We wanted to see us score a goal and then not stop scoring. And that's what, after the first goal, you know, one of the guys in the group chat, you know, he made a joke. You say, oh, we're up 1-0. Now we're going to set up shop and hope for the best. And we didn't. And I think that was the most interesting and that was the best feeling because it felt like our manager and our team know what's at stake. There was no more safety. There was no more, oh, we'll see what we can get. It was just balls to the wall. Whatever happens, happens. And we got 3 goals and we kept the clean sheet. Like, that's so refreshing. And I've talked to you guys about how I feel. That's what the community's for. I was getting to a point, and it's just one match. It's just one match. You know, the feeling could come back on Tuesday, especially if I see just tragedy in person. But it was getting to the point where, bro, I was just not looking forward to matches. And I've said it multiple times. For me, the Prem is everything. The Prem is everything to me, right? And people are talking about the Champions League, but we've never won that. It's just not in my periphery. I'm going to the match, but I can't even put it in my mind that we can win that yet. You know what I'm saying? For me, the Prem is the end-all, be-all. Like, that's what I'm thinking about. So, for me, getting up for Champions League matches is like, yeah, it's the Champions League. Oh, it's 1-1. But that feeling was starting to seep into the Prem. It was starting to feel like it doesn't matter what we do. You know, it's all futile because we just refuse to attack. We just refuse to, you know, actually look like we want the Prem. We refuse to look like we want something out of this league. We want something out of this year. But today, bro, I can't lie. Like, I can't lie. It got me. DOPAMINERICAN is back. The DOPAMINERICAN is back, bro. I am gassed. I'm gassed. And I have been gassed for at least a month and a half. Since before the Carabao Cup final. I'm gassed again. You know, now it feels like whatever happens, at least we went for it. At least, you know, we know that we've had a stumble, but we said, you know what, we're going for it. And if we beat West Ham, if we beat Burnley, if we beat Crystal Palace, bro, regardless, now at the end of the match, I still say if you don't win anything, you got to go. But I'll at least say we went for it. We stood up and we were counted. And that's what I wanted to see today. And this man was part of it. Bukayo Saka was part of it. And Miles Lewis-Skelly was part of it. I'm so gassed. Let me get into your comments. Big up, Fred says making cookies again. What kind of cookies this time, Fraley? AFC always says Rice in the 6, Skelly in the 8, Ezra in the 10. Arteta allowed the players to play in their natural position and our attack with feet. Exactly, AFC always. Exactly. That's what I've been calling for. That's what I've been begging for. Let players play where they're good. Declan Rice is a sweeper, bro. That's where he's great. He can go forward. He can interchange. But his best thing is finding, seeking, and pass and progressing the ball on to the next guy. That's what he's great at. And today we saw it. Miles Lewis-Skelly, the turns, the drives, just being in amongst the midfield, overrun, like, bro, amazing. That's what you want to see. Eberechi Eze, just conducting, passing. Yeah, we lost the ball a couple of times, but guess what? We scored 3 goals because risk leads to reward sometimes. You can't score goals playing safe, bro. And that's what we saw. So big up. And like I said, I have to credit Mikel Arteta. I can't come in here and be like, oh, when the players are bad, it's Arteta's fault, but when they're good, it's their fault. No. Mikel Arteta got his fault on 100%. Does that excuse him for the past 5 years? No. But tonight, right now, the dopamine's high. DOPAMINERICAN is back. 100%. 10 out of 10 for Mikel Arteta. I cannot fault anything he did today. The subs were early. The subs are right. He rested. He looked like the manager I had hoped he was 3 years ago. Not this scared little duck that we've been seeing for the past 18 months. He looked like the guy that I thought maybe he would become after the first title challenge. But it's just one game. Show me the other 5, Mikel. Keep showing me. Win us a title, win us a Champions League, then come next year and do the same. Then I'm on board. But I'm not on board just because we hope we'll see it. No, man. But today you got it spot on 100%. I cannot fault you. Freda said maybe Henry spoke to them before the game. Maybe he did. Probably smacked a couple of them around. AFC always said no Odegaard, beautiful football. Yeah, no passing the ball sideways. It's amazing what you can do when you actually pass the ball forward to your striker. It's amazing what you can do when you get the ball out quickly and it'll take 17 touches. 3 goals. That's what happens, guys. Franklin said the women killed it, can't lie. Yeah, man, the ladies losing. And then you said Melbourne losing as well. Melbourne. Yeah, man. He said same as last time. Yeah, man. The cookies. I might go get me some cookies, man. I might have ate my last one, actually. I'm gassed, bro. I might need a sweet treat. I don't know. I'm all over the joint. Because I'm excited, bro. We won. And it looked good. It looked good. I'm proud of that, bro. I'm proud of the guys tonight. Social, big up Social, said evening. He said no favorites and 3 goals and a half early subs. Bro, it's crazy when he looks like an actual manager. He looks like the manager I thought he was. The manager I wanted him to be. That's it. That's all I wanted from him, bro. All I wanted was him to be brave. And tonight, Mikel Arteta was brave, bro. I cannot fault him. He was brave. 100% he was brave. Social said this British coach only does the right thing when he has no choice. He puts his ideas above doing the right things. And that's what I said. And this is 100%. So that's what I said. I said it does not excuse him from the last 5 years. Not even the last 5 years. It does not excuse him from the last 3 years. He got it right today, but is it too late? He always does. This is something that we said in the group chat. It's always late. He's always reactionary. If we had done this 6 weeks ago, maybe we win the Prem. Maybe we've walked away with the Prem. And losing to Man City wouldn't have meant anything. But his back's against the wall because Zubamendi's hurt or tired. Rice is gassed. He's got no more midfielders. His love child Kai is injured. His other love child Odegaard is injured. His compatriot Mikel Merino has broken his foot. It's only because he's got no choice. Back against the wall. But I can't fault. Today he got it. Today he got it. 100% he gets credit. Whether he did it back against the wall, whether it was out of necessity, fight or flight, he got whatever Mikel did today worked. Keep doing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it worked. This is the first time we scored 3 goals in ages. 3 goals and a clean sheet in ages. In ages. Probably since last year. I can't remember. Freddie said duck or rabbit. Both. Both, Freddie. Both. Big up, Sean. He said, big up, Gooner Rican. Big up to you, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. The Rican reaction. So Sean said, hit the lights, fault. Yes, hit the lights. 35 games to play MLS in midfield. Super late. We needed this when Zuby was last week. Bro, we needed this probably in February. And this has been my issue. And I don't want this to be a rag session on Mikel Arteta. But this has been my issue, bro. Like you always make changes too late. You always come on and hold on, let me turn my fan on. It's hot in here, bro. There we go. But now we got flies and stuff. But you always make changes too late. You always get it after the fact, bro. Like this is the thing, and the commentator said, like, this could have been wrapped up, man. This league, we could have been, and I said this 6-8 weeks ago. Our league could have been wrapped. This could have been the game where we were champions. This could have been the match where we seeing armpits. Well, I mean, they're probably doing the last match anyway, but we could have had the title, having guards of honor. We beat Bournemouth. We beat Wolves. We could be talking about it's over. Don't matter what Manchester City do. It's over. They can't score more than us. But no, we took our foot off the gas. Our manager's stubbornness cost us. But today, I don't want to cry over spilled milk. Today, I want to say we've given ourselves an opportunity. Whether that results in anything or not, our players stood up and were counted. And it's not like Fulham weren't playing for anything. Like, it's not like, Fulham are near the bottom of the table. They're going for the Europa League places. They're going for the Conference League places. They had something to play for. And we suffocated them. I don't remember them doing anything. They looked like they were running in quicksand. Where was this performance against Wolves? Against Bournemouth? We could have been clear. Back into the comments. Sean says, only took us 35 match weeks to get the starting 11 we've all wanted and the team performance we've been craving. Arteta, we know if you've learned anything or not after this game. And that's what I said. If we win the title, if we go on to win the title, you got a year, bro. I don't want no more of that sideways football. And Sean says it. Sell Gabriel Jesus, Odegaard, Zubmini, Madueke, and Havertz immediately. Exactly. Exactly what I was going to say. Get rid of them dudes. Holding us back and collect the massive wages while doing it. Bro, Gabriel Jesus, I'm going to get to the player ratings. I'm going to get to the player ratings. I just wanted some more of you guys to come in here. I'm going to get to the player ratings. But for some of these, man, it's going to be a bloodbath, bro. It's going to be a bloodbath. Fraley said, mad humid now, ain't it? Yeah, bro. Because it was raining, and then it stopped raining, and now it's sticky. It's a sticky one still. I like that. That's a funny one. Sticky one still. I love that. But big up, Jack. He said, finally. Brah! Finally, bro. Forest 2, yep. Liverpool time 2, yep. This league could have been wrapped up. I could have been going to watch the Burnley match to see armpits. And now we holding on. Like Ellie Golden. We just holding on. Mick, what did I tell you about Ben? Oh, we're going to talk about him. Ben Scheidt. I'm just kidding. Ben White was all right going forward. It was all right. Nah, he was all right. Everybody who started gets a good player rating from me. Just want you guys to know. The sub bench, bro, if you like anybody who came on as a sub, besides Max Dowman, it could be sticky for you. Big up Tyson Mitchell. And Tyson's bigging up Fraley. And Fraley's bigging up Tyson. I did that in the wrong way, but you guys know what I meant. All right. It's time, guys. Let's get into the lineup. Let's get into the player ratings. As usual, put your player rating down there. If you agree, if you disagree, you know what to do. David Raya gets a 7. He had one save to make that I can remember, and I thought they would sneak one back. But that, other than that one save that was straight at him, he had nothing to do. 7 for Raya. Solid. Ben White. Now, I've been calling him Ben Shite. I've been saying that his legs are going. Today, White gets a 6 for me. You know, he gets a 7 as well. I'll give him a 7. He gave him a 7, right? White gets a 7 because while he had defensive issues, we know what he is defensively. I said in the pre-match that I thought he would link up with Saka. Some of the passing was great. He allows Saka to do stuff. Like, he was getting up and down. He looked like he had a little bit more legs. I'll give him a 7. Ben White actually looked better than I thought he would. So I'll give him a 7. But some of his passing was great. And that's what Ben White will give you. He'll give you some good passing. He'll give you some good overlapping, underlapping, some good 1-2 with Saka. And he allows Saka to be more creative. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. So I'll give him a 7. Gabriel and Saliba, they get 7s as well. They get 7s as well. And Fraley's giving Ben White a 5. He's giving Dad Raya a 7. I think Ben White was okay. I mean, we let in the clean. I'll give him a 6. I think he was all right. Let me see what the comment says. Sean says White should be sold, and we continue to intend to use him as a right back. I'll keep him as an auxiliary option for center back behind Mascara. His legs are gone, but I think we should upgrade, honestly. I like Ben White, but if we got rid of Kieran Tierney for that reason, I think Ben White's got to go as well, to be honest. Jack says, I'm booking Jesus a flight back to Brazil, -3. Oh, wait till we get there, bro. Let me start that one. Wait till we get there. Also, Saka should have been playing us across the Gyökeres all season, and I know things would have been wrapped up already. Saka, I don't think was fit, but we'll get into it. I'll start that one as well. We'll get into that one as well. Haley with the laughing. Ryan wins the Golden Glove for 30 in a row as well, Sean says. Yep. Starting lineup across the board is 7 or higher for me for that first 45. Saka gets an 8. Gyökeres an 8. Yep. We'll see. He said you're giving Ben White the same 7 as guy. I gave him a 6. I changed it. I gave him a 6. We got a clean sheet. So usually I give you a 5. You didn't do much, but I'll give you 7s. Right? The only reason I give Ben White a 6 is because, like I said, he's a little bit shaky. But you know what? Nah. I give him a 6. Yeah, I give him a 6. 6.5. 6.5, right? 6.5, I think is fair. 6.5, I think is fair. That's just me. All right, 6.5. We'll get a better rating scale next year as well. Or for the World Cup, because I'm redoing a lot for the World Cup. I'm planning some stuff. But yeah, so the 2 center backs, 7, White 6.5. Calafiori, I'll give him a 7.5. Because I rag on that guy a lot. I talk a lot of trash about him. Calafiori is moving up and down the pitch, and he should have had 2 goals. He should have had 2 goals. So I will give Calafiori that. I give him a 7.5 because I talked so much trash about that guy, and he was actually good today. So, yeah, I'll give him a 7.5. Now let's get to the good bits. Declan Rice, also a 7.5. Ran his socks off. But the best thing about Declan Rice is he's playing in his natural position. Declan Rice is a 6. He can go forward, but his natural position is a 6, guys. We all know this. I don't know why our £15 million a year manager hasn't figured this out until match week 35. He's a 6, and he's a darn good one. And he was good today. Ran the socks off. They had nothing in the midfield. Every time they started with something, it was done for. 7.5 for Declan Rice. Eberechi Eze. 7.5 for me as well. Right? 7.5 for me as well. Sean says they all get a +1 for me for finally performing like we've been wanting them. 6 +1 for the performance for starting 11. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Fraley said 6 for both center backs. I almost said cornerbacks, and I had to remember what sport I was talking about. They didn't do much, but they didn't have to, because Declan Rice in that midfield. They was packing them in, bro. Son said subs apart from Diamond, Benham, get him out of this club. Calafiore 6.5. I thought Calafiore was good going forward, man. I thought he should have done a little bit more. He should have had a couple goals. You know, he had the one off the post. I'll give him a 7.5. I thought, like I said, like Sean says, I think they all get 7s. But he gets a 0.5 because I thought he was dangerous going forward. Eberechi Eze gets a 7.5 as well. He's a creator, bro. He's a guy who makes the defense shake. That's what we needed. We need the defenders to second guess themselves, right? We need those guys to second guess themselves. That's what we need. And that's what Eberechi Eze gives us. 7.5. I think he gives us great things going forward. He makes us unpredictable, and that's what we need. We need a Maverick that makes us unpredictable. When you look at kind of what Odegaard does, Odegaard's safe, but you can't win going safe. You gotta be brave. You gotta get the ball away. Did Eberechi Eze get the ball away a couple times? Of course he did. But he also got us in some good positions. So he gets a 7.5 from me. Now, our next midfielder, number 49, Miles Lewis Skelly. That guy gets a 9 from me, and he's the man of the match. And if anybody got a problem with that, I don't want to hear it. Miles Lewis Skelly. Let's look at these stats. I got them pulled up. Passing accuracy, 97%. First. Fouls 1, 4. First. Possession 1, 6. First. Completed passes, 64. He completed 64 passes. 97%. Duels 1, 7. That's what we've been asking for, an 8 in midfield for at least 3 months. That kind of performance. And people say, oh, but it's just Fulham. They're 10th and trying to get into Europe. I don't want to hear it. Do you think that Miles Lewis Skelly couldn't have done this against Bournemouth? Couldn't have done this against Wolves? Giving Liverpool a go? 9 out of 10 for me. Man of the match. And I know that other people scored. I know that our attackers attacked. Miles Lewis Skelly for me was the difference. He was the difference in this match. Because if that's Zubamendi out there, you ain't seeing these stats. You're not. If that's Marino out there, you're not seeing these stats. If that's Kai Havertz, he doesn't have these stats. They're not progressing. They're not spinning people. They're not being progressive. This man should have been playing from time. From time. Fraley said Rice 8, MLS 9. I hear it. Social says there were clowns in his fan base that said sell MLS and Ethan. CD's tap. Bro, you don't understand, Social. When I saw that article and it said we were thinking about selling these two, I was sick. Bro, selling these and keeping Havertz, keeping Nani Madueke, keeping Martinelli and selling it, bro, I was sick. And if we do sell, bro, if we do sell them, then I know this club ain't serious about winning. Ethan Wanyeri should be at this club right now, contributing. It took 34 match weeks for Miles Lewis-Skelly to be given the opportunity to show who he is after he saved this manager last season, playing that inverted role. Bro, crazy. Ezra gets a 7.5 for Fraley. And big up Taryn, big up BBK Sports. 3-0 spot on, just like we all predicted. Yeah, man, I predicted 3-1. So the only thing I was wrong with was the fact that we didn't concede. I didn't think we would get a clean sheet. I thought we'd let in a sneaky goal. But for some reason that I cannot explain, I said we were scoring 3 goals. And I was right. And I'm glad I was. Back to the lineups. Miles Lewis-Skelly, man of the match. 9 for me. Now on to Bukayo Saka. Fraley's giving him an 8. And so I'll give him an 8.5. Because I thought that's the Bukayo. When Bukayo Saka sat down Raul Jimenez, bro, he had Raul Jimenez doing Twister. I thought he was breakdancing. I thought them ankles was out of there. And you know what's crazy? I looked at that move, and I said, "Oh God, he's gonna go left again." Bro, he faked left and went right. I said, "Oh, he's on toast." Then he crosses to Gyökeres, and Gyökeres is in the right place at the right time, where a striker should be. Then he scores his own, bro. 8.5 Bukayo Saka. You know what? Nah, 9. 9 for Bukayo Saka. That's the Bukayo Saka that we needed. I heard people telling me that Nani has been good. Oh, Nani is garbage. Hot trash. Bukayo Saka, this attack is a million times, a marathon's worth of times better with Bukayo Saka in the team. He is amazing. And I admit, I don't run away from him. I said maybe we should think about, selling him. Not because he was trash, but because this manager ran him into the ground because his hamstrings are gone. That's what I thought. I didn't want to see, and as much as it would hurt me, I would want Bukayo Saka to go somewhere where he can be happy playing football than be running to a ground and not win anything. I would hate that for him because he's such a good guy and he carried this team. And if that meant that he had to go somewhere else to win, to a Bayern Munich, to somewhere overseas to win, so be it. But today, he showed you that he still got it. He's still that player. We just need to make sure we manage him. 8.5 for me. Not 9. 9 for me. 9 for me. You know what? I'm giving, 9. 9. 3 guys are getting 9s today. 9. 9. Leandro Trossard. Seven and a half. 7.5 for Leandro Trossard. He had some good moves. I thought of the 3, he was probably the weakest, but he made things move forward. He tried. His shot was kind of tame. It was like a lame duck, but he tried his best. 7.5. Fraley gives Trossard a 7. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'll give him a 7.5 because we won. Everybody gets a 7, but he went forward. He did some things, but I'll give him a 7.5. Victor Gyökeres. Oh, wait, let me get this. That's the midfield I want to see for the rest of the season. No more Zuby, Odegaard, Havertz. Play Norgard before them because I never want to see those three in it. Yeah, bro, I agree with you. Fraley's giving his other Mascara 6. Oh, wait, no, wait. Those are the substitutes. And Jack, big up Jack said Saka with the ankle breaker to set up Gyökeres. Then the surgical strike was so good. That's a 9.5 for me. Yeah, I don't want to give him higher. I don't want to give him higher than MLS because I think MLS is also what makes that happen. I'll give him. You know what? I'll give MLS a 9.5, and then I'll give Bukayo Saka a 9. I'll give because I think MLS changed our whole team. That's just my opinion. Because the way he was just progressing the ball forward, beating it, getting the ball, trying things, that's what we needed. Now, Victor Gyökeres. My client, the guy who Brian was, my guy Brian was like, he's trash. I don't think he's trash. Do I think he's Erling Haaland? No. But do I think he can do a job when given the right service, when allowed to kind of move forward and given some help? That's what we could probably get this every week if we have guys who are willing to run and work, not just pass the ball sideways and then hope for him to turn and make his own. That's not what he's going to do. Victor Gyökeres gets a 9 from me as well. That first goal was great, but the second one, that cross, and he just heads it perfectly. Yeah, I wish he had gotten the hat trick. He was close to the hat trick, but Victor Gyökeres for me, 9, bro. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see from my striker. If we see that input for the rest of the season, we could be leaving with a trophy, bro. A big one. Or output, sorry. I'm gone. I'm gassed. My head's gone. I'm putting wrong words. Victor Gyökeres was amazing. Bukayo Saka was amazing. Miles Lewis-Skelly was amazing. I can't believe what I just saw. And it's been over an hour. And I'm gassed. I can't believe it. I'm still in shock. And that's how I want to feel when I watch Arsenal. That's how I want to feel when I leave an Arsenal match, when I leave the pub, when I leave my living room. That's how I want to feel. I haven't felt this way in at least 3 months, guys. And I'll be honest with you. I have not watched the Arsenal and been that excited since at least February. Because we've been playing the sideways, boring, pragmatic, scared football. Today, we played football. And now I'm going on Tuesday. I'm going to the Champions League semifinal home leg. And I'm gassed for it now. I'm ready for it. I think we can make the final. That's how I want to feel as an Arsenal fan. I don't want to feel like, man, this could be another season where we don't win anything. I want to wear this and this on holiday. And people look at me and be like, Arsenal fan, I bet you he's a glory hunter. No, bro, I've been there from the trenches, from the 10-2s. I've been there. That's how I want to be. Now let's talk about the subs. If you like any of the subs, besides Max Dowman, Broski, avert your eyes. Mascara actually gets a 6.5 from me. He's, my subs usually start at 6. Mascara did well. He came in for Ben White. I think he was solid. He's done what he's supposed to do. He's done what he's supposed to do. So I can't fault him. The other 3, Fraley gives Zubamendi a 6. I give that dude a 5. And he should be lucky. Bro, when Zubamendi came on, I don't know, we lost something. Like, he lost the ball to start off with. But yeah, it just didn't look right. I don't think Zubamendi's built for the Prem, bro. I don't think he's built for the 6. That's just my opinion. I'll give him a 6 as well. I agree. Nani Madueke. Bukayo Saka has been hurt for ages. Came back, a goal and an assist? When he went off the pitch, Nani Madueke came on. That guy is hot trash, bro. Hot. He's a level below Bukayo Saka. You can see it. You can see it, bro. He gets a 5 just for coming on. I want to give him a 4, but we won, so I'll give him a 5 as a sub. Nani ain't it, bro. And people telling me that he was great. Bro, Nani is not it. Nani is not it. He gets a 5, though, and I'll move on. Gabriel Jesus. You get a 1. You get a 1 for smiling, putting on your football boots, and coming out. Jack says he gives Nani a 5. He kept the ball inbound most of the time. Yeah, I guess that's as much as you can ask for. And he says, Zubidoo, where are you? It was like, what are you doing, bro? Trash, bro. Trash. Fraley says yes. Mascara's a 7 for me. He bullied Fulham players and made it uncomfortable. Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. Jack says, I give Gyökeres a 9.5 because headers are not a strong suit and assists are not. He played out of his skin. 9.5 for me. He gets, I ain't giving nobody but MLS for me. But he is definitely a candidate for man of the match. Fred said, Gooner German 9. I'm speaking different languages. Interesting how today got technical players on the wings and he scored and assisted. But our sabotage theories were too. Yeah, bro. We knew he was being sabotaged social. We knew he was. I mean, Odegaard can see him running and decides to pass to Zubamendi. Now we got MLS and we have Ezra and we've got Saka passing the ball. Oh my God, he can score because that's what he's good at. When he's in the box, he makes things happen. Not when he's dropping deep because Odegaard's playing next to the center backs. Saka with an ankle breaker to set up Gyökeres, then the surgical strike was so game. So, yep, 9.5. And what about Odegaard? He gets a negative 3,000 just for being at the club. Back to Gabriel Jesus. I'm not done with you, fam. I'm not done with you. Gabriel Jesus, you get a 1. If I was a gambling man, if I did sports gambling, I would make money, lots and lots of money, betting on the fact that Gabriel Jesus is going to be offside. The over-under will be 2.5 for me. And I would just clean up. That guy could not stay onside if the line was an actual wall. He would find some way to be offside. Bro, your job as a striker is to stay onside. How do you not know where the line is? How can you not look down the line and see that you're off? Bro, I don't understand it. Every time that dude plays, and I think that not being mean, I think the reason that he's offside so much is because he knows he's lost an ounce of pace. I think he knows he's lost a step of pace. And I think he's trying to overcompensate with the fact that he's not as fast as he was before. But broski, 2.5, I would clean up. I'd be rolling in dough. I'd be in a different studio. Bro, he gets a 1 just for showing up and smiling. Jack says Jesus -3. They need to charge him admission for coming into the stadium for not wasting money. Bro, I was done with Gabriel Jesus when he said scoring wasn't his strong suit. Bro, I'm lost for words, bro. I'm lost for words. But that's the player ratings. Gabriel Jesus gets Max Diamond. Max Diamond came on. He gets a 6 from me. He gets a 7. I'll give him a 7 as well. I'm handing out 7s. Him and Mascara get 7s. Max Diamond in the 10. He loses the ball, but when he turns, he still has that ability to turn and make something happen. And he's fearless. He had a couple shots that I thought maybe he could have done a little bit better on, but he's fearless. And that's what we need. We need to see more of that. This is the kind of rotation that we needed to see 2 months ago so that we would have been ready for City twice. Not just, losing and running our players into the ground. But yeah, enough of that. Enough of the player ratings. Yeah, Diamond gets a 7. Let's get back into some of your comments. Jack says I give 90 a 5. Oh yeah, I read that one. Jesus was offside like 5 times in 3 minutes. It was, bro, that's your job as a striker. I don't even play striker. I know your job is look down the line, make sure you're not off, bro. That guy couldn't stay on side, and it's not the first time. In the South Florida group chat, me and my boy Brian, every time that dude comes on, we talk about how many times he's gonna be offside. It never fails, bro. That guy lives offside. He lives offside, bro. And going back to this comment, I'm booking Jesus a flight back to Brazil. Bro, I would row that guy back to Brazil. I'd get a rowboat and just give him an oar and just say, row back to Brazil, fam. And Sean said earlier, also Saka could have been playing those crosses in the gap players all season, and I know things would have been wrapped up early. And that's something I want to talk about. We look so much more progressive. We look so much more fearless. But some of the same crosses, some of the same shots, some of the same kind of technical things that we wanted to see early in the season, we saw today. But, bro, we got 4 games. Why we couldn't see this 2 months ago? We could have still been in all comps. If we saw some of this against Southampton, we could have been in the FA Cup final. We saw some of this against City. We probably win the Carabao Cup. But our manager is so scared to be brave. You could have played MLS. You could have played Max Diamond. You know what I'm saying? You could have done these things 2 months ago. But instead, you hid. And it took Odegaard being injured. It took Havertz being injured. It took, Marino being injured. It took Rice and Zubimendi being on their last legs for you to say, you know what? Maybe I'll give these guys an opportunity. And they saved you again. Now, my last rating will be Mikel Arteta. For tonight, I'm going to give Mikel Arteta a 10 out of 10. I got to. And that's big credit coming from me. Because his subs were correct. Granted, they was trash, but we know they trash. But he said, you know what? This game's over. I'll put these subs on. I know you guys will pass sideways. I know you pass backwards. But you won't give up goals. Because you're good enough not to give up goals. You won't score any, but you won't give any up. It was smart on him. He picked a team that was brave. He allowed MLS to go forward. He subbed them at the right time. He put Diamond on. He allowed him to go forward. Bukayo Saka, he took him off. We're winning. Halftime hook him. You don't need it. This is what we should have been seeing this entire season. But it's taken injuries for you to do this. And people are saying you're elite. He gets a 10 out of 10 for the night. But his overall rating for the season right now, bro, we teetering on 4.5. Now we win the title, it goes up to a 7. But It's but to make. Now he win the Champions League and the title. It's a 10 out of 10. I'm shameless. I'm taking my shirt off. We doing swirlies. Yeah, bro. I got nothing to say. I gotta hold that. You get another year, and we'll see what else you give us. But right now, you get a 10 out of 10, Mikel Arteta, from me. From Gooner Rican TV. Book it. On the 2nd of May, 2026, I've given you 10 out of 10 because this was a perfect match. Might never come again. But today, right now, perfect match. Hats off to Mikel Arteta. I can't even hate. Let's read some more of your comments. Now my favorite part of the show where I just waffle with you guys. Until my wife gets upset and says, get off the computer. Fraley says Gabriel Gomez because he's Peruvian. That's offensive to Peruvian. Bro, him, the two Gabbies. And Gabriel Magalhaes looked a little bit shaky in the beginning as well, but he called it back. Bro, Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli, broski. Corinthians. Who else is down there in Brazil? I can't even think right now. Flamengo. Who else? Who else from Brazil? Vasco da Gama, is that Brazilian? I don't know. Anybody from Brazil, please come get this guy. Santos, come get him, please. Both of them. 2 for 1 special, 20 million pounds. Here you go. Jack says, Max gets a 7 because he just creates problems for defenders and midfielders. He's a huge distraction. As a 16-year-old, he'll go home and think about losing the ball and doing better. And Freddie said, nah, he'll think about revising for GCSE. Yeah, that man got school. That man got school on Tuesday, bro. So, yeah, he got school on Tuesday. But I like him, bro. I like that kid. I really do. I really do. He's young. He's 16. And he can just get better. I just want him the opportunity. I want this manager to start trusting the young guys because they keep bailing him out. Our young guys keep bailing him out, and he keeps dumping them for scrubs. That's my problem with Mikel. Today, he had no choice. Social said in-house politics fueled by the coach, my guess, wanted to play his favorites and system over doing the job. Problem. Yeah, man. He wanted to say, my signings are the ones that got us over the line. Kai Havertz got us over the line. Nani Madueke got us over. No, bro. Best player. The kids get you over the line, fine. You still get credit if it's a kid or you're signing, broski. The fans will love you. No one cares who it was, which signings, it does not matter if we win the title. No one cares. We don't even talk about you, bro. We talk about the season. I think that's a monkey. And Freddie said, person blue wheelchair race. Because he likes that one. But it is a race. It is a race, Freddie. I get it. Jack says Arteta gets an 8.5 from me. I'm like, Puñeta, what took you so long? Ego. His ego took him that long. He wanted to be the man, bro. And if you want to be a winner at any level, whether you're a coach or a player, your ego's got to go to the side for the better of the team. The best players we've ever seen, Tom Brady, could have been egotistical, but he put it to the side in order to win, and he won. Michael Jordan had ego, put it to the side to win. Dwayne Wade had ego, put it to the side to win. Pat Riley, Bill Belichick, sometimes you got to put it to the side. Know that you're not the reason we won. Freddie said YouTube emoji giving me mad autism. Yeah, bro, it's funny. Big up Mateo. He said, big up Gooner. We've got Super Mick Arteta with a lot. Yeah, tonight. Yeah, I'm singing with you. Mikel Arteta's Army. Yeah, tonight. On Tuesday, I could be like, get him out of the club again. And that's why I'm the DOPAMINERICAN. Big up Jack for that. DOPAMINERICAN, right? Dopamine's here. Tuesday to be down there. It'll be right down there. But for tonight, I'm wearing kits. I got everything, bro. I'm excited. And the first lady's popped in. She said, "Not upset. I can listen to you waffle forever." She definitely can. She definitely can. I'm surprised she ain't left it, bro. I be waffling. I have this thing where I have like random things that I enjoy, and I just waffle at her, and she actually acts like she cares. So when you find somebody, yeah. Mateo says, Gooner, who getting relegated? West Ham or Spurs? Listen, as much as I want Spuds to get relegated, I just don't think they will. I mean, West Ham got dish rag. They got dish rag today. They got mollywop today. And we can hope Aston Villa do the same. Now, if Aston Villa beat Spuds, then they're still in trouble. The issue with West Ham is they got to play us. And I think we want the title more than they want to stay up. I'm just saying. But like Fraley said, I'm going to wait for tomorrow to say. I mean, it depends on who. Now, see, De Zerbi will be up for playing Aston Villa. The issue with Spuds is they've got so many injuries. Do they have enough for the last 4 games to get maximum points? Because right now, the onus is on them to win. West Ham is still ahead of them. I'm pretty sure. So if West Ham is still ahead of them and they lose out and Spurs lose out, they gone. So the onus is on them to win. But when you have injuries like they have, I think it's tough. But all in all, to be completely frank, I don't care who goes up and go down. I want Arsenal to win a trophy. That's all I can think about right now. Like, if we went, and this is the thing, if we had won the Prem, everything else would be extra for me. Everything else would be extra. I'd be ragging on them if we had won the Prem. But we haven't yet. So I want to so bad now. I'm on the train again, guys. I'm on the dopamine train. That said, it took for Odegaard and Havertz to get injured for Arteta to make brave decisions. I won't give more than 8.5. I said the dopamine. The dopamine is high. DOPAMINERICAN, it's high. And I'm giving that man a 10. I don't care. Jack Swagger said, facts. I want Odegaard out of this club. I agree. He shouldn't be our captain. I've wanted him gone for a while. He should not be our captain. And I think it's time for him to move on. I think we'll see some armpits, and it's time for you to go, my bro. You captained us to the Prem and/or Champions League. On your bike, fella. When you getting the memberships, man? Mateo, I don't get memberships, so I get the watch hours. So I got the 500 subs, but I'm still like a third of the way through watch hours. So yeah, that's all it is. I'm waiting on the watch hours, and then when I get that, then I can get memberships. But it is what it is, man. With me, I'm just glad I got 500 subs. If I get the membership, cool. If I don't, I'm not pressed. I think everybody who's in my community is a member to me. So when we get big enough, then I remember who was in here when I had, six people watching, 5 people watching. I remember that. So big up. Fraley, I might bet on them getting relegated, bro. Bro, if Spurs go down, we won the title, it would probably be my best season as an Arsenal fan. Because not only did we win the title, we beat Manchester City. So I get to see Pep's bald head sweating. We beat Liverpool, so I get to go into work and tell them, y'all trash. Worst title defense ever. We beat Manchester United. I get to just dish rag them in the chat. I'm just waiting. I'm like Randy Orton right now. Soaking. I'm soaking through the joint. I'm waiting on somebody to RKO. Now, I could be RKO myself, but right now, I'm Randy Orton. I'm the Viper, bro. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to RKO. Freddie said, trust me, just wait till tomorrow. Yep. I think that's lotion. Freddie, I can't. The book's closed 11 a.m. New York time. Person purple stage event. You gotta go back and see what that is. He said, do bet 365. Mateo say, Freddie, that's what I'm doing. Online, though. Can you do that in America? Yep. I can in Canada. Big up, Canada. Oh, Canada. Da, 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 da. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Big up, Canada. Big up, Blacks. Big up, Gooner Rican. Arteta must have been watching your videos the way we played. Yeah, man. Yeah, I take it full credit for that, man. Hey, listen, the dopamine is high. Dopamine is high. Big up, Blacks, man. Big up, the dopamine is high. But I'm gassed. I cannot be upset with how we played. It's what I asked for. It's what I begged for. And that's what I got. 10 out of 10. And Freddie says, Labosh. Mateo said there's nothing like being a rookie better. It's not like being a rookie better. Yeah, I can't bet, bro. I would probably be like fairly wealthy if I did bet. I just don't want to gamble because I feel like gambling is a slippery slope for me. But yeah. Freddie said right now I say West Ham, but the Spurs lose is still on. Yep. Black said big up man like Mateo. Mateo bigging up Blacks. Mateo says Odegaard should be nowhere near this club. To Arteta's benefit, Odegaard is a captain who can't lead Esh. He lost in 23-24. First half, he ghosted. Bro, Odegaard ain't been a captain since time, bro. I don't know why we still persist with him. Like, in my opinion, Rice should be the captain. And we'll get to a point where, we'll get somebody else, some winners in. But, yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be Odegaard, bro. Nice if they're 199. I'll sub. I hear you. Mateo. Do lives count toward watch hour? Yeah, they do. So I get hours for how many people watch. That's how you get there. But I mean, for me, like I told you, I'm honest with you guys, bro. I don't make any money. My aim of this thing is not to make money. My aim to this is just to waffle, bro. I like talking. Like, I love talking to people about stuff that I like. And I like talking to people about about sport and get people away from the lives that they're living if they got stuff going on. So that's the joy for me. If I make money, I make money. If I don't, this is a hobby for me. This is most definitely a hobby. So yeah. Big up. He said 199 Canadian. Fraley says 199 yuan. Yeah, man. Listen. What is that Tesco? Every little helps. Thanks. But yeah. Big up Flybury. Thanks for stopping by. And Mateo says watch hours. What that means, like watching video. Yeah, you get like every minute someone watches a minute toward you. So if someone watches for an hour, you get an hour. That's pretty much it. So if 10 people watch an hour stream, I get 10 hours. That's pretty much what it is. People don't talk about YouTube, but they talk about monetization. I don't care, bro. Like, would it be nice to make money from this? Sure, but it's not why I do it. Like, I can tell some YouTubers who do this primarily for money. You can tell by their takes. You can tell by just how they, beg for super chats. I ain't begging for no super chats, man. First off, your money, you earn that. I don't want to beg for your money. Like, I'm fine. I'm fine in life. So I ain't begging for super chats. I ain't begging for memberships. I would like people to like the stream. So if you are in here, like the stream. I appreciate it so that more people can come. I'd like to get more people in here to just talk. Subscribe. I like to get more subscribers, but bro, if I never made a dime, I'd be fine. I'd be fine not making a dime. I like talking, and I like talking about stuff that I like, not having to talk about work and the crappy stuff that are going on in life, like my country falling apart. My country being at war, my country just going backwards. Yeah, man, the things that have gone on in life, losing people, being away from home. Like, there's a lot of things that mean a little bit more. But for me, yeah, everyone wants to get, paid for what they do, but it's not my primary motivation. My primary motivation is to use my passport to go to different stadiums and buy hella shirts. I want more of these. That's what I make money for, to buy more of this. That's it. Right? Other than that, yeah, man, I'm fine. A big up. I'm sorry, I waffled a little bit. But Black said, sometimes all I see is a floating armband when Oda is in the start. Ghost Guard, bro. Ghost Guard. This a shirt. He don't even fill in the shirt, bro. This floating. Like, what's that random Arsenal shirt doing there? I mean, the shirt probably do more than him. It probably block a pass or such. Mateo said, I keep the video on repeat then. That's funny. Big up, Mateo. Today was a defining moment for our club. Jesus will not be forgotten. Bro, that guy is offside. He's offside now. We ain't even playing. He's offside at this moment. Bro, James is the kind of guy who never parks his car in the line. It's always over the line. Gabriel Jesus. They probably given him his own 2 parking spaces in the bottom of the Emirates just so he can actually get his car within the 2 spaces. That's it. But that guy, basura, bro. Bro, I remember the 23-24 season. He goes to the entire half of the season. Yeah, bro. All this season as well. What has he done this season? Nothing. Everybody forgot. I didn't forget. I did not forget. I didn't forget. I just hope that maybe we'd see more. And then he had a baby, and we saw him get worse. So, just one match. He showed up in the first half. We'd have won the league. Yep. I want Odegaard gone. So do I. Arteta saved himself today. Fans have short memories, or fans like me have dopamine. But I never forget. I'm like an elephant. I don't forget. I don't forget because of how I felt, how bad I felt watching some of the trash. He said Gooner with the Canadian flag. Fraley said, remember Vancouver smelled a crack when I went there. That's diabolical. Quadra said 14 likes so far. Keep smashing likes. Yes, please do. Fraley said, yeah, don't bet. Yeah, I don't want to. Big up Gooner Rican. Big up Quadra. He said, the legend in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you. What do you mean like me? I don't remember. I was waffling. Smash the like, subscribe. Yep, please do. Could have made $400 from betting 20 instead of 25 cents a day. Yeah, you could have. You could have. But yeah. Jack says 100% do not gamble. It's a dark hole leading to bad time. Listen, one thing I will say is I don't have an addictive personality when it comes to drinks, drugs, or gambling. I'm lucky. My addictive personality comes to nerd stuff. I like books. I like kits. I like Lego. I like things that engage my brain. The kits just so I look good. But no, like the Lego, I like to engage my brain. I have so many Lego sets. I have so many unbuilt sets that my wife bought me. And books, I just like reading. I like learning new things, and I am so kind of into sport. I've always been into sport. I used to when I was poor. When I grew up, I say when I was poor. When I grew up, we didn't have a lot. We had one TV that only got the basic channels. And when that wasn't working, what I decided to do was read the newspaper. So Yeah, I read the newspaper. The neighbor would leave me the newspaper. I'd read the sports. I'd read the time. So I've always been an avid reader. And then when I got money, and I moved here, I started watching more TV and playing more video games because I could afford it. And I've actually, let go of reading. So the last year, I tried to go back into reading. So yeah, that's where I am. So those are my addictions, books. I've got so many. I'm sitting on a bench, and in the bench are just books. So that's my thing. Vic Yockridge was player of the match. Gooner Rican TV people. Mine was Miles Lewis Skelly. But I hear you, Quasha. And man, like Gooner Rican TV commenting on Egal's, on live stream. Yeah, I commented on Egal's. I commented on Egal's live stream. Cause I want to talk to him. That's it. That's all. I don't want to like. I'm not gonna trash him like everybody else. I just want to see why he says the thing he says. Because like I said, I'm a psychologist by background. That's what my degrees are in. And I like knowing how people tick. So yeah, I just like to talk to him. But he probably won't give me a time of day because I'm only a 500 person channel. So it is what it is. Lego head sellers, big up Quadra again. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep one of your videos on repeat 24/7. No, it's fine, bro. It's fine. Like I said, for me, I just want to grow naturally. However that takes shape, that's fine. But I'm like I said, I'm not gonna beg anybody to go out of their way to do anything for me. I'm just happy to be talking to you guys. Big up, Godfrey. Godfrey's back. Big up, man. Like Yakaresh, big up. Subscribe to AFC always. Yes, please do. Subscribe to Tyson and Godfrey as well. Big up Gooner Rican, bro. Good performance from the boys. Yep. 10 out of 10 for Arteta. And our performance was amazing. I appreciate it. Yep. There's Tyson's link. So subscribe to Tyson. Jack said Midgard. I think mid is actually too much. It's too much for him. Fraley said health is wealth. Yep, I'm a healthy guy. Ish. I'm trying to lose some weight, get sexy for next summer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get my guns back, man. Like I gotten a little bit chunky. Like my guns have gotten chunky. I don't like that for me. I like my guns to be defined. Right. So big up. Odegaard was absent most of the season until he selected and stuck it up. Yeah, he's trash, bro. Trash. And big up to Quadra. He's got his 2 links in there. So make sure you go sub to Quadra as well. Quadra's the mod. But big up. Freddie said it's the hope that gets you with the bet. Yeah, man. Yeah. And like I said, I'm a Dolphins fan, so if you leave me to my devices, I'd lose a lot of money on them fools. So yeah. We don't get days like this very often. Might need to celebrate by ordering. Unless I already done it. After that first half, I had a Mackey's. I was like, bro, bun this diet, bro. I had me a Mackey's. I was like, yeah, bro, I need it. You know what I'm saying? I was gassed. Now I have to go work it up. See, that's every decision has a reaction and a choice. But I feel you, Blacks, on that. I feel it. Fraley said West Ham is Spuds relegated. West Ham, Fraley says, in my opinion. But if it's a bet, then but if it's a bet, then do what you think. I don't want to be responsible for someone else's bet. Facts. That's why I do not do it. But they'll definitely lose versus Villa. Yes, it will. Quadra says, come on, Aston Villa. I do hope they do. And the first lady said, if Spud Bros go down, no more North London Derby. And that's the thing, right? If Spuds go down, then the North London Derby goes away. And I like the North London Derby. But I think they'll be back up. But I like the bands. But this is the thing, right? Because I live in Portsmouth, right? I live near Portsmouth. And I know the history of the South Coast Derby, Portsmouth and Southampton. And it's become a thing where they value the derby more because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen as often. It happened this season because they were both in the championship, but that's the first time it's happened in the season in probably what years? 10 years? Because Portsmouth were down in League One, Southampton were in the Prem. Like they weren't playing each other, and you missed that. So now in the championship, it means a lot more. So maybe Spurs go down championship, spend like 2 or 3 years in the championship. Then, yeah, man. When it does happen again, it'll mean a lot more. But we'll always have that over them. Like you guys got relegated, and we won the Prem, little bros. My mother was a single mom with 2 kids, making 14,000 Canadian a year. Jeez, I don't even know how much it is. That's not a lot though. It's not a lot. It's not a lot in American dollars. So I know it's not a lot in Canada, but I don't know the cost of living in Canada. I mean, I know in South Florida, you probably wouldn't get it a broom closet making 14,000. To be fair, my opinion is gonna change if they lose Vanilla though. Oh, if they lose the Villa, if Villa lose, I don't know. Mateo says, now I make 6 figures. Big up, Mateo. Congratulations. And Freddie says, cold. Yep. Kits are nice clothing with memories attached. Books are intellectual pursuit. Gambling is a problem. Yep. I hear you. And like, bro, this community, like I said, I don't gamble. We talked about, drinking here. I drink in moderation because I don't want to, become an alcoholic. So yeah, there's a lot of vices in here. My channel ain't gonna be no gambling, ain't gonna be no drinking on my channel. I'm trying not to curse, right? And I think I've done a pretty good job. So yeah, I want it to be a channel everybody can come to. So I don't want all that stuff. Remember to invest smartly. Yeah, I do invest. I do savings, which is a little bit of a pain being in the UK, but it is what it is. Yeah, because West Ham have 3 games. Us, Newcastle, and Leeds, they'll 100% lose the first 2 games. Only Leeds maybe tie. Who knows? Spurs 100% losing versus Villa. ISA, all that was the S&P 500. Yeah. I used to invest, but I just kind of let it sit there and do its own thing. I can't like actively watch it. I got enough things going on. Chelsea and Everton, and I think Leeds. Chelsea be hard for them. Gooner, what's your psychology on me? I don't know. I don't know your psychology. I don't know you, so I don't know if I can do psychology on you. I don't like psychoanalyzing people anyway. Like I do it in my head, but yeah, I don't know. Big up. Egal wouldn't give you the time of day because he doesn't recognize real, bro. I just think he doesn't recognize small channels. I think sometimes you get to a point, and it's a thing that I always like want to say. If I ever got to Egal's point where I got 30,000 subscribers, I don't think I'd be a snob because I remember what it's like to be a channel. I remember being a small channel. I am a small channel, but I would remember being a small channel. I remember what it was like when you're trying to get subs, when you're trying to hit milestones. So I don't think I'd be a gatekeeper. Plus, it's YouTube. And this is why I respect, and I will always go back to Curtis Shaw. Curtis Shaw got 100,000 subscribers. He don't got to shout me out. I don't beg for it, but he shouts me out. He says, "Welcome back to the chat. How's your channel doing? Hey, go give him some likes and stuff." You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to do that. But he remembers what it was like being in his car, in his kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think I'd be like that as well. Because you pay it forward. You help somebody else. Everybody can eat on this YouTube thing. There's billions of people on the planet. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's billions of people on the planet. You can always help somebody. That's just how I feel. I think Ederson's one of the most overrated goalkeepers in Premier League history. I think he was very good. I think Alisson was better. It said Mateo says Gooner just bulking like me, bro. Fairly says I can't bulk. My body refuses to put fat on. You want some of mine, bro? You can take some. I eat a cheeseburger and I can see it forming. Like, but my thing is, this is why I don't play football. Like, my body type is for American football. My body type, like rugby, I think I would be good at. Like, I would be good at rugby. But my body type is like the lineman American football. Even when I wasn't like big, I was always big. Like, my upper body was always like big, even when. So yeah, I'll never be I'll never be skinny. I'll always have some meat on the bones. So yeah. Man, the girl told me she's allergic to latex now. She's pregnant. The kid's not mine on some bit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Allergic to latex. That's crazy. Big up, Mateo. That's not my son. Freddie says allegedly. Okay, guys, I'm betting $100 on Spurs relegate. Yeah, Canadian. So y'all talking about betting? I'll just skip that. Yeah. So, Spurs going down is fine. We can still play them in the cups and slap them back down. Yeah, man. You're right, Blacks. They will be. They will be in the cups because I'm pretty sure they'll be in the FA Cup. I'm pretty sure that they'll be in the Carabao as well. So yeah, we'll probably see them. But I'm just happy we seeing captain's armpits. Jack said I want Spurs to go down because their fans are annoying. Yeah, if I had to pick a Big Six team whose fans I would just want to get rid of, like for the Bants, a Big Six team that I want to it would be Manchester United. If they went down, it would be the greatest moment of my life because they could never chat to me, bro. Never. If West Ham stay up, they can be our main rivals instead. They put up a better fight anyway. Yeah, man. And, you know, the London Stadium's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's a trek, but yeah, it's all right. Who knows? Jack says, give him a lesson. 2 clubs with the same mentality. And Black say, feel free to hire me. I know, 6 figures. That's crazy. Alcohol sucks. I don't have no addiction. I only have whiskey every day. I'm not an alcoholic. That's crazy. They talk about the market. No hate alongs today. There's 5 channels talking about Arsenal. Now we suck today, crickets. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. I've never seen so many non-Arsenal channels talk about, like, you guys don't. I don't talk about Spuds. I don't talk about Man City. Like, bro, there's some people that talk about Arsenal so much. I thought they were Arsenal channels, and they weren't. They were Liverpool channels or United channels. I'm like, broski, talk about your own club. Why are you talking about mine? Because that's the hot thing. That's what gets you the clicks and the likes. Y'all talking about drinking. I'll skip that. You're not wrong. Then our mentality is questionable. He said why I chose this club. Arsenal's a great club. Patrick Bateman. When I was younger, I watched that movie like 20 times. Crazy. Yep. Black says psychoanalysis is fun. I wish I got my psych degree instead of business degree. I thought about going master's at some point. I don't know, man. I wanted to get into counseling. That's my thing. I want to get into life counseling, and marriage counseling. And I don't know. At this point in my life, I don't know what it is I want to do or what I want to do next. I'm kind of happy where I am, so I think that's fine. But yeah, I like talking to people about their problems and helping them through them. The issue is I don't mind doing it as a job, but then sometimes in your life, sometimes in my life, people kind of they give a lot more, and you take that on, and it's hard to get rid of that because you take on some of their problems. And I feel like sometimes people use me as free therapy, and I just kind of don't want to be, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I try not to like analyze people and get yeah, that's the time. Face says lit movie. I guess that's what you guys are talking about. I don't know. When you get to the top, you have to send the elevator back down. Big up to the first lady. But yeah, that's true. Like when you get to the top, like when you get to a good place, you have to put people on because you were that person. I never understand people who get to the top and pull the ladder up. And like, I think part of that is, me and my wife, we have Caribbean descent, and our grandparents, for the most part, weren't from this country. Like my grandma, my grandmother, my abuelita, she's from Puerto Rico. She didn't know no English when she got here, and she worked her way to provide for her family. My wife's grandma worked in the fields as a Haitian immigrant. You know what I'm saying? Like our grandparents worked hard to come to America, so we know what it's like to not have anything, because that's how it is, hard work. But you see immigrants sometimes who come, and the great example is Miami Cubans. You see a lot of them come, and then they say, "Oh, no more Cubans can come, only me. I got here and I worked hard. They can't come," and I don't think that's fair. I don't think that you can look at someone and say, "Oh, you can't join me or follow me." Them coming over is not going to affect anything that you have going. If anything, it strengthens your community. And it's the same way I feel about YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If somebody with less subscribers than me wanted to, learn about YouTube or learn about my journey and help, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I would help you because I know what it's like. So that's what I would do. I would help somebody. So big up. And Jack says Curtis is real. Yes, he is. I always got time for him. You guys know. You guys know. I got a degree. Big up, Mateo. I chose Arsenal 4 years ago for the long-term investment. Imagine my surprise how long I had to wait for a trophy. Y'all have been a fan 4 years? Bro, I've been a fan. Listen, I told you guys this story. My wife is the one who made me an Arsenal fan. And the other teams I could have chosen, let's just say the other teams I could have chosen, I've watched them win trophies. But I don't regret it. No regrets. I keep buying Arsenal merch because there's the hope that gives you. But yeah, man, I've been an Arsenal fan since 2016. 2016 season. Yeah. 2016. We was getting 10-2 by Bayern Munich. Embarrassed, and I said, it's all right, we play good football, we'll get there. And 10 years later, I'm still waiting. Imagine the people who became Arsenal fans in 2005. Yowzers. But yeah. Black said, Gooner Rican could be a 6 center back, bro. Gabriel Settings. I'm only like 5'10", though. You know what I'm saying? I beat, what's that dude's name who played for Manchester United? The Butcher. That's who I'd be. Just short and angry like a little pit bull. But yeah. Mateo Black Crow, bro, I chose it 7 years ago. Jeez. Right now I'm like skinny fat. I was very obese. Yeah, man. When you work hard to get it off, it feels good. I fluctuate. So I've been small, I've been big, and now I'm like oompa loompa. So I'm trying to get a little bit better. Black Crow tried 3 generations. Mateo laughing. It's rough out here, gents. Just seen man said, take my fat no Diddy. That's crazy. Freddie all the while, get out of here. Man, I'd have been a beast of soccer player. Man was so good at CDM. Yeah, you still play though. You still play like the adult leagues. They have fun playing adult leagues. See, I was too addicted to cocaine to drop out of sports. I hope you're better now. I hope you're better. But he said just jokes. So yeah. Hey, you joke though. I know high functioning people who are addicted to drugs. So yeah. He said you may need to counsel Mateo. He needs to find a new line of work. Freddy's laughing. Black say you going on timeout, bro. He's wild. Black's out here putting people in timeout. My great grandma was a slave for an English lord. I believe it. You know, the English history is so interesting, bro. So interesting. And like, bro, the 18, 19, 20th century was just wild, fam. Man, just coming on this mess up, just bantering board. Free Mateo. He said, I'll keep it PG, man. He said he actually did it. 3-up Mateo. You're hilarious, bro. You could have. He said you're hilarious. You could have used the same account. You guys are funny. You just bantering. All right. Mateo said I chose City 7 years ago. Then said nah and chose Arsenal. Worst mistake. I talked about this. I initially started following Chelsea and Liverpool. Like that. Those were my two teams that I was following. And I was looking at both teams and yeah, ended up with Arsenal. So yeah, crazy. Mateo says I love City a lot, bruh. Black said I'm a Tyler fan. Only started watching football for like 6 years ago. I started watching Brighton games, came up on Derby Ball, and then you just came along to the Arsenal, and now you're just miserable. Welcome though. Welcome to the Arsenal. That's what happens over here. Yeah. And Freddie said I have my baby Arsenal shirt. Dang, for real? Get a little frame made for it. Use a baby. That's dope though to have. What's the oldest kid I own? What's the oldest kid I own? I think the oldest kid I own is actually from like 2014. When 2014, I graduated from high school in 2011, and I got my first couple jobs. Like trying to find my foot. Like I didn't have any credit. I just rented. Like I didn't know what I was doing in life. And it wasn't until 2014 where I got enough money to move around. I got enough money to kind of, visit overseas, live overseas for a couple of years. That's when I started buying my football kits. So 2014 is the earliest one. And my wife said I chose Arsenal because I like the jersey. She did. And me, I'm like Chris Brown. I'm undecided. And then we went to the Emirates for the first time in 2016, and I was hooked. I was hooked from then, bro. Went to the Emirates. Because my plan was to visit the Emirates, Stamford Bridge, and Anfield. But since we were in London, I was like, I'll visit the Emirates and Stamford Bridge, and then we'll try Anfield later. And I only made it as far as the Emirates, and I was hooked. I said, I want to go see. I don't want to see nothing else. I ain't got nothing else to see. I'll go there. So yeah, and look at me now. Look at me now. Mateo, I'm 6'4". Yeah. Yeah. I'm 6'4" in spirit. I'm like 6'2" in spirit. The way I conduct myself makes me look taller. So yeah. Sonny, did you follow them before you met Rican? No. You didn't. Said no, he made me choose a team so we could watch. He took me into the soccer shop and told me to choose. I chose Arsenal and took the deep dive. That she did. That she did. We went out in North Carolina. We walked into the soccer shop, and I said, "Choose a team so we can watch." And I was watching Liverpool and Chelsea, and she was watching Arsenal. And we would just wake up and watch games. And then I was like, I like Arsenal too. Yeah, not really. I might sign up. Good, I'm just joking. I don't have an addiction. That's fine. Don't listen. Don't let Chrome hear you talking about addiction and making a joke. Let's say, right? Addictions are serious. We were reading Sober by Tony Adams. So addictions are serious. Mateo said, fairly, my paternal grandmother's a gypsy witch. Jeez. Said, dang, she made potions in that. Yeah, bro. Listen, broski. Listen. Being from South Florida, the voodoo, the Santeria, I there's some people that, you know, yeah. I can speak to ghosts and tell stories. Mateo says, I'm a massive closeted City fan. Freddie says, Tupac, well gone from me. And Freddie says, Stoney, we have sexy kids. We do, bro. We do. We got some lovely kits, bro. And then the first time I went to the Emirates was the Puma kits. And, you know, the Puma kits was tight and I had it on. And they made my arms look huge. I was like, dang, broski. So, yeah. Black said, Stoner, ironically enough, I didn't like the 22-23 kit. I wasn't a fan of the collar back then. I like her current ones better. You know what's crazy? Same. I was not a fan of the collar. It grew on me. And then by the time it grew on me, they were sold out. And I had to find it. But I do have it now. I do have it. It's one of the ones I put in rotation. So I like it now that I'm a little bit more, you know. Freddie, can you hear me? Mateo is closeted. An old baby kit's pretty cool. You should make it a profile pic one of these days. That's true. That's true. It should. Fraley, for you. Fraley got to frame my Henri shirt, which is lovely. I want an Henri shirt, but them things cost about 300 pounds, bro. Those bad boys are expensive. So, yeah. They're massively expensive, but I want one. And said, now I'm gonna give it to my son and daughter. Yeah, it's good. It's good to have, but you got to give it to them when they realize what it means. That's when you have to give it to them. I had jerseys when I was young and I didn't realize what they meant. So I wish I had held on to them. I'm just glad I didn't end up a Chelsea fan. I almost did. Jack said, wake up and watch games. Yeah, bro. On the East Coast, I used to wake up 6 a.m. to watch the games. Now, this morning, I rolled out of bed. I did my shopping. I played some Borderlands. And then I was like, oh, it's time for the game. You know what I'm saying? But big up Bob, a.k.a. Rob, a.k.a. Born AFC, who said, best performance of 2026. Best performance of probably the season, bro. To be honest, in my opinion. Not just for how we perform, but the manager's substitutions, the lineup, the tactics, the aggression. I'll take it. But big up, Bob. He said, at Born Leverkusen. Oh, Leverkusen was a good one. Nah, this one for me, bro. Leverkusen was all right, but this one, I like this one. When I slept through Arsenal games, and my wife said, Born actually made me pay attention. It did, bro. That's because I was screaming. That's why she was paying attention. She thought there was something wrong with me. But yeah, she thought there was something seriously wrong with me because I started screaming. And she's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Oh, it's on." And then I put it on the big screen, and yeah, we started cooking after that. But I was legit like, I couldn't believe we were scoring so much. So I think that was it. Mattel said, "I love the 22-23 kit. It's definitely up there. Link up play between Gyökeres and Saka was dope. I thought the whole attack was beautiful. I thought us just moving fluid. MLS was my man of the match. If you missed it, he got a 9.5 out of me because I think he just changed the whole midfield. I think he changed how we were kind of moving and what we were doing. So I for me, MLS is the man of the match. Say yeah, they're arm and the leg kits. Yeah. That's how they should play together. Bob said, I'm just gonna keep calling him Bob, bro. For sure, it was nice too. Third kit is my favorite. I need it in long sleeve. You talking about this year's third kit? I was trying to find it because I want Max Dowman on the back, but they've been sold out for ages. And please go subscribe to Born AFC. He does the Born Brew in the morning, which is usually my wake up to. Well, I mean, I'm at work already, but it's usually when I have my coffee and I'm just waffling. So yeah. Jack have to get the player version for the pattern. I think the pattern's on the regular kit, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it's on the regular kit. Hold on. Hold on. I'm back. I had to go grab it because I had to see. But the pattern is actually on there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's very subdued, but you can see it. You can see it on the thing. See it. The AFC pattern. There's one like right in the middle of the back. There it is. See it? Right there. So yeah. It's there. It's there. And Bot said for sure it was great to see them linking. Big up Rob though. That's the thing though, guys. I didn't choose Arsenal. Arsenal chose me. Same. I have the player version short sleeve. Man, I love some good barbecue ribs and fries. Okay. I don't rate long sleeves kit. I don't know why. For me, Fraley, it's for me the long sleeve kits work because I'm a South Florida kid who's in the UK, so I don't mind a long sleeve because I can basically put layers underneath it and it not be weird looking, if that makes sense. So yeah, I like a long sleeve kit. So I had some good ribs the other day. Yep. Big up Mateo. I'm 6'2". I like long sleeves. Yeah, I'm 6'2" in spirit. Never accusing, more like never accusing. Not many back passes today. Yeah, because you didn't have Odegaard and Zubamendi. You had guys who were wanting to progress the ball forward in Eza and Miles Skelly. So yeah. I love the pink kit. I always wear it when I big up Mateo. When we did pass backwards today, it made sense. Subscribe to Rob. Yep. My boy has a third long sleeve kit in 2XL. Yeah, man. Say nah, it ain't. Kit King intermission. Yeah, man. I had to get the King, bro. I had to get a kit, bro. Arteta got him. No. Hey, listen, we like Arteta today, bro. We like Arteta today. But yeah. Fraley said same word. Guys, I did buy a Chelsea kit ages ago, 2002. I think very nice. If you haven't seen my kit collection on the ops kits, I would check that out. You might see a thing or two. Didn't caught that in the armory. Yeah, man. Like if you see it from afar, it just looks like a white shirt, but you come in on it and there it is. So yeah, I don't want to wear it because I love it so much. Like, look at this shirt. This shirt right here. I feel like we should wear this shirt on the last day against Crystal Palace. We should wear this shirt last day against Crystal Palace and lift the title in this. I would buy 3 or 4 of them off of the shelf. I'm just saying. Jack says, I love the low-key patterns like the one behind you. Oh, this right here. Yeah, man. The Gothic A. Yeah. I think it's dope too, man. I like these kits. The away kit gotta grow on me because it reminds me too much of the Man United kit from a couple years ago. But yeah. Rob says, I agree. Puerto Rican maybe got for man in the match, but aside from Rice and the anchor, everyone in the forward seemed to have a free role. I'm Rob Jr., my dad is Bob, but it's all good. Yeah, I hear you. I'll call you Rob. My dad is Bob. Yeah. I had a Chelsea kit gifted to me at 6 years old. I'm 4'3". I like short sleeves. Diabolical. But yeah. Mateo who laughing. Super Mick Arteta. Yeah, he's exactly what we need. Jack says, Mick, that's a parade shirt. Yeah, man, I thought about it. Because I'm going to the Champions League, I had to think, because I don't like re-wearing kits. I thought about like what I want to wear to the parade. If there is a parade. So that's one of the shirts. The shirt that I'm gonna wear on Tuesday, I'm gonna wear the Lynx Africa kit. I'm definitely gonna wear the Lynx Africa kit. I love that one. But yeah. Third kit is the parade during the summer kit. Yeah, man, because it's white. The only thing I don't like about this kit, right, is the collar, right? And I like the collar, but this bit here that it doesn't close, like the collar is like this, like it had a button, like that'd be fire. But the fact that it's got this thing and you can't close it, that's what annoys me. I'm thinking about doing a cheeky bit and wearing the Spain kit. You know what I'm saying? Jamaica kit is a parade one. I wish they made the World Cup. And Fraley says was looking forward to the women's UCL final. Yeah, man, they let us down, but you be proud of them, man. They won it before the men's, and I think they've won it twice. So big up to them. Oh, you talking about? Yeah, I got that. I got that one. I wore it the other day. It's in one of my thumbnails. I got you know what I thought about wearing, because I have it as well. I thought about wearing the Arsenal tube kit, because I got that as well. The one that looks like the tube seats. Thought about wearing that. You know, just blending in with the tube seats. I think it'll be just a laugh. Was looking forward to it. I haven't worn my third kit yet. I've worn it. That one I wore the day I bought it. I haven't worn it since. It's a work of art to me, and I just don't want to ruin it. That's just me. Freddie said wearing the Lynx Africa kit right now. I like the green one, the green third kit. Yeah, that was good as well. The green with the blue sleeves. Yeah. I like the Monsters Inc. kit. That's why I wear it. I love this kit. This kit I've worn so many times. Like out. I got a pair of navy shorts and this right here, and I love this, bro. I love this shirt. I wish I could get like 3 more, bro, just so I could rock them. But yeah, I have seen it. I got it. I told you guys maybe in a couple weeks, when my brain can compute, I'll do all my Arsenal shirts. Mattel says winning a double, real bad. I wanted to buy it. Looks like a bubble. Forever blowing bubbles. Big up West Ham. Don't. But yeah, man, like today's great. Today I'm on top of the world, man. I'm over the moon because we won. We won, and we won convincingly, and that's all I can hope for. What else do I got? Well, yeah, I'm happy with that. Big up to the guys who stayed by. We had as many as 15 in here. Now there's 5, and that's fine. I won't stay for too much longer because it's 10 o'clock, and my wife has been itching to play Borderlands. I'm fairly sad. My autism was high today. I feel you, Freddie. I feel you. Today was emotions, man. Today was big emotions. Because it's something that I didn't expect. It's something that I didn't expect. It's something that I didn't see coming, and I'm gassed for it. But yeah, big up Black. He said, "Fire Borderlands sounds fun." Yeah, man. My wife. The one thing I love about this woman that I'm married to, and I'll probably spend the next couple minutes talking about her. But the one thing that I love about this woman is she's so open to the things that I like, and I'm open to the things she likes as well. But she's like very amenable. Like she didn't game before we got together, and now we play games together. Like she wasn't into Arsenal. I forced us into football, and she's a casual, but she supports. You know what I'm saying? She comes in the chat, and yeah, man, she supports the channel. She likes the channel, and she likes popping in and talking to you guys as well. Unk is diabolical. All right, I'm only 33. I have not reached Unk status yet. I still got about 7 years. So yeah, that'll get you blocked, Mateo. I'll block both of your accounts. But yeah, they said Unk is in love. I'm saying, bro, put me in Unk status. We 2 steps away from walkers, man. These man said Unks, bro. Yes. People don't know that though. People don't know this is my woman. Man, married for 10 years, bro. 11. Almost 11. I just said it's cute. How old am I again? 33. 33 years of age. Right? My wife is also 33 if you need to know. We're both the same age. We both the same age. We come from the same place. We grew up together as friends. And then I asked for a date and she said, yeah. And now we stuck at the hip. So yeah. He said you got married at the African now. I'm 28, so now we good. Uncle's at 40 minimum. Yeah, man. I ain't hit 40 yet. I mean, I know that I probably look like I'm older because like this team has caused stress. I probably got some grays, bro, from watching Arsenal. Right? I have definitely got some grays watching this team. So if I look like an unk, my bad, bro. When we win the title, maybe I'll get young again. But yeah, I'm not an unk. And Fraley said you got married at the age I am now. I get you. Yeah, man, I got married at 22. It was one of those things where, we went on a couple dates and I said, I like you. I've known her most of my life. So it's like, we knew what we were bringing to the table. Right. And then we actually got to know each other. And then, yeah, man, I knew that my wife, I always tell this story. I knew my wife was the one because my father is very religious. He, used to be in the church. And my dad never approved of anyone that I brought home. Like for me, I could bring home the nicest girlfriend. He always used to be like, nope, nah, she ain't the one. My wife, I brought my wife and I was scared because my dad always said no. He always said, nah, son, that ain't for you. I brought my wife over and we went out for dinner. And I remember my dad pulled me aside and he was like, son, don't you let go of that one. He said, and then this man had the audacity to look me and my wife in the ocular sockets. And he told me, if I was a little bit younger, that wouldn't be your wife. I said, this diabolical old guy. Right? But yeah. So once he approved, and she's the only person to have met and had dinner with my late mother. So she will always be the only one. She will always be the only one who has ever met my late mother and had spent time with her. So yeah, ain't no getting rid of her. Plus, my mother-in-law, her mother loves me. Loves me. Loves me. I can't do no wrong in her mother's eyes. But look at me. I can do no wrong anyway. But yeah, my mother-in-law loves me. Absolutely loves me. Because I'm lovable. I'm a lovable guy. I don't know why I corrected. Because we was talking about the Lynx African kid. That's probably why I corrected. Listen, Siri's always listening. You got Siri, or you got Meta, or you got Google, whatever it is. That thing's always listening, bro. Always. Like, I'll be talking about, like, oh, man, I love to go back to Spain. And now I'm scrolling through Facebook, and it said, ooh, holiday for Spain. I'm like, bro, I know y'all listening to me. Black said, I like you, and I want you. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. The choice is yours. And most of the time, they did it the easy way. Yeah, I know about your boy Fleece Johnson, bro. I know that where that's from. Your boy Fleece Johnson. And Boondocks. I know who you are, Chris Hansen, but I like to call you Chris Handsome. Boondocks is goated, bro. I love that show, bro. But yeah. Me too. I'm very religious. No cap. I don't judge though. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. It is what it is. We had that conversation here too. more important than water. It was more important than water. Said Pops is goated. Yeah, bro. Black said, I'm a warrior. Bro, it's funny. Bro, Boondocks is amazing. I'm glad you had your dad there to approve. He made a good decision. I mean, yeah, he ain't had no choice whether he approved or not. I wasn't gonna let go. That lady cooked for me like early doors. I was like, yeah, man. And I opened her doors. No more locked doors. But yeah. Mattel said, good mother-in-law. Lucky man. Yep. Very, very much so. Love my mother-in-law. Boondocks is goated. Top tier. Yeah, I got demoted to lower ranks when we got married. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy. Listen, I can't help it your mama like me. Right? But my dad always asks about you. Tell my daughter I said hi. How my daughter doing? Oh, I'm fine, Dad. Bro, this guy who is my father, this man will call me, and the first thing he'll say to me is, hey, son, how my daughter doing? You called me. She's okay, bro. All right, give her a hug for me. All right, this is what I called to tell you about. I'm like, broski. Like, I'm your son. Like, you ask about her later on. Don't just enter the, like, hey, what's up, son? Yep, I'm talking to you. Okay, how's my daughter doing? Let's have a conversation. That guy's diabolical, bro. I love my old man, bro. He's funny. He's a funny dude. But yeah, he'll be like, yeah, man. Be like, go give my daughter a hug. Make sure you give her a hug now. I'm like, bro. My dad is old and southern, bro. It's funny. That's why, bro, my parents, I don't know, man. For my parents to have me, it's just, when I think about their personalities, I don't get it. My mother was very Latina, very free spirit, and my dad was very Southern and very like religious. And they made this awesome sauce you see here. But broski, those two fun, just goofy, bro. The both of them. And my dad's like old and Southern, and he be funny without trying to be funny, bro. He'll just say some off the wall stuff, and you have to process what he said, and then you'll just start laughing. But yeah. Back said, I'm a warrior. Ah! Boondocks. I love that show. Shout out Uncle Ruku. I got reverse vitiligo. I just got darker and darker and darker. Stink Mina, yeah, bro. The kung fu wolf lady, bro. That show. Now I gotta rewatch it, bro. You know what I used to play too? I used to love Thugnificent, bro. You just mad cause your ass is old. Like that, bro. That used to make me rolling. Lethal Weapon. Or what's it? Gangstalicious. This ain't no skirt, granddad. It's for my dad. Bro, I love that show. I'm gonna watch it now, bro. I wish it came back, but it won't because you know you can't John Witherspoon, bro. You can't do it without him. So yeah, if you do it without John Witherspoon, bro, it ain't the same, bro. It's like trying to do Black Panther without Chadwick Boseman. It just you have to go in a different direction, which is what they did, but you can't just immediately like he was, Black Panther for me. So Black said LMAO. Opposites attract. That's true. That's true. Because we're very attractive and attracted. I love you. I'll be there in a minute. Because it's almost time to play video games, guys. Gangstalicious. Yeah, Gangstalicious. Gangstalicious was Mos Def, I think. Was it Mos Def? Yeah. I think Mos Def was Gangstalicious. I've been thinking about rewatching Ted Lasso. Listen, I love Ted Lasso. And I got into Ted Lasso right before they kind of ended it. Apparently it's coming back. Or it is back. I don't know. But yeah. Ted Lasso, it just got me, bro. It got me. The whole series just got me. Because I know, like, for me, and I talk about this, like, for me, being away from home, because my wife moved here later. Like, I was here for 4 years by myself without my wife. And I think that you don't realize, like, you see some things on the TV on how it is to live in like England. You think, oh, it's kind of like America. It's a different culture and it's a different thing. And it's also coming to terms and grips with the different culture, especially when it comes to football culture, especially when it comes to kind of how they do things. And it's good, man. It's good to see. But I like Ted Lasso because I can relate to a lot of the themes and stuff and some of what Ted went through and kind of what I went through. So I have all the time for that show. I think it's a very beautifully written show, and I would love for it to have gone on longer. And I heard it's coming back, so I hope that it does come back and they continue because it's just a beautiful show, man. It's a beautiful show. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, please watch it because it's just such a great show. It's amazing. Especially why actors saying N-word. Big up. Ted Lasso is legendary. I love that show. So do I. Freddie said, "Big up, Rican. I'll let you and I'll let you chill with wifey. Yeah, I'll be going off in a bit, guys. But enjoy those cookies, Fraley. Enjoy those cookies." And Dappin. The creator Aaron Magruder did not want to do Boondocks again, and they ended up shelving it. Yeah, and also I think what's her name? Regina King. Her son passed away, and she just wasn't the same. I think it's what it is. Her son passed away, and she kind of went into like reclusion. And then, as I said, John was but big up, Crow. And Black said, "I love the portrayal of mental health in that show," and that's one thing He said 10 out of 10. That's one thing that I like. It's one thing I would like to do again when it comes to counseling. I think I would love to counsel athletes, because one thing that people don't realize, people think that, oh, they make £1,000,000, and they shouldn't have any mental health issues. I think that people don't realize that, like, even come up, like, because I grew up with people who made it to the NFL. I hear things, and you see things, and when you're 18, bro, and someone gives you more money than you can ever imagine, like, that, it's life changing. But then when you have everything and then it's over at 28, you've had 10 years of a great run, and you run out of whatever you've done. You're not fit anymore. You can't go at a high level. No one explains to you what happens during that time. No one explains to you how to navigate being broke to having more money than you can imagine. And everyone thinks, oh, you're a superstar, you should get over it. Oh, you got dropped, it shouldn't mean anything to you, you're still making money. It's not how athletes work. If you've made it to professional, and the one thing I love, and this is why I've loved reading Tony Adams' book, because he talks about it. He talks about his love being football, and what happened when he left, and how he was trying to fill the space, and how he saw a lot of athletes like him try to fill the space. And some of them feel it through drinking drugs. Some of them feel it through just doing stupid stuff, because you try to find that camaraderie, you try to find that drive. And I think that the one thing that people don't realize is mental health plays a big part in being an athlete, and being a military member, and being in the medical field. I'm in the medical field, right? Mental health is a big thing in the medical field, because everyone wants to clap up doctors and nurses when things go right. They don't talk about when you're understaffed, when you're overworked. No one talks about that. They just talk about, oh, they're going on strike again. Oh, they helped us so much during COVID. Like, they always talk about those things. They don't talk about the mental aspects of having to work so many hours, seeing your patients not make it, those that stuff preys on you. So I always got time for mental health chats. I always have time for, talking to people. I've had friends who took their lives because they thought that what they were going through in life was too much to bear. And as I always say, and I'll say it in the chat as well, right? I would rather you tell me your issues than attend your funeral. And even my friends that passed away, I would have much rather them call me. I might not have been able to do anything, but it sucks that in my mind I thought that maybe they didn't feel like they didn't have anyone to reach out to. So it's tough, man. So anybody in the chat, this is why I do this, and this is what I said earlier. It's not a money thing for me. It's not a money-making thing. I don't want to be like the next big thing. For me, it's community. I like talking about sport. I like being here for people. And if you got something going on in your life, and my show, my 2 hours helps you get your mind off of that, that's good enough for me, man. Like, I'm doing my part. That's what I feel like. So, yeah, if you guys, anybody in the chat who's watching this on here or playback, talk to somebody, bro. There's always somebody who is looking out for you. There's always going to be somebody who cares about you. Just find them. Allow them to help you. But yeah. Regina King was such a dope voice actor. Yes, she was. Boondocks and Chappelle Show were my favorite. Chappelle Show, the first episode, diabolical. But yeah, I also love Key and Peele. Key and Peele is also great. Mateo say facts, especially in the military. Yeah, man, the military. I got friends who were in the military. I got family members who were in the military. yeah, they, you know, my great uncle was in Vietnam and he doesn't talk about it. You know, we tried to ask him about it, not Vietnam, but we tried to ask him about his time in the army. He's a Puerto Rican guy, very Hispanic, very religious. He does not talk about it. It's something that he just doesn't talk about at all. And I think he's gone to faith to kind of get over those things. But yeah. So I have family members in the medical field. I work for the National Health Service, and I see every day those wards are being overworked. You know, there's 7 patients to 1 nurse. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And you hear all these, you know, politicians and stuff making money. Meanwhile, you know, they're deporting all of the workforce because they care so much about immigration. But yeah, you're deporting the immigrants that are working these services, that are working the NHS. They're going back to their country because they feel safer. You know. So yeah. Mateo says no one leaves the same after war. I hear that. That no one does. So big up, Mateo. Facts. Not worth it. Whoever's thinking military. Yeah, man, the military has its ups and its downs from what I hear. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is in the military. You can have a good experience. Like I said, I got family members in the military. They've had a better experience. Not all of them have gone to war, but I have had family members who have gone to war. And you're never the same. You're 100%. You know, BBK was in the military. You know, so I'm pretty sure he has something to say about that. But yeah, man, big up to thanks everyone who's in the military for their service to whatever country they're in. It takes a big person to join the military. It takes a big, like I said, it takes a big person to sign the dotted line. So big up to anyone who has joined the military, and I hope that, you know, whatever you saw in the military, I hope that you're good. So yeah. And like Mateo said, thank you for your service. Sorry you had a bad experience. And Mateo said, yeah, bro, these streams help, man. I hope they do. I appreciate that. If my stream does help, then that's what I'm here for. I just make jokes as a mechanism. Yeah, I hear that. He said, Jack Sager, no worries, man, and don't want to be thanked. And Mateo says, I hate how veterans are treated. Yeah, man. Like, one of the things I did see in South Florida, you see a lot of homeless veterans. You see a lot of people who struggle to get help with the VA. You see a lot of people who are kind of thrown out after the military. I think that, you know, from what I've spoken to with people, you get taught how to be in the military. You get the structure. You get all of kind of the rigmarole of military, and then once your service is done, that's it. That's it. They just say, all right, thanks. You know, we've sent you to war. We've sent you to go fight here. We've sent you to see these things that you probably shouldn't see at 18, 20 years old. And then you get out and it's just like, oh, here's some disability, you know. And even the VA now is better than, like I said, my great uncle had. You know, I think my dad was in the Army. You know, my older cousin was in the Navy. Like, they say the VA is miles better than what it was, before, but it's still not good enough. You know, when you're sending people to war and you're not supporting them. So yeah. Not to force religion, but Jesus is a big redeemer for that kind of pain. It's helped me a lot. I hear you. And Jack said, I love Jesus as long as it's not Gabriel Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, man. I agree. Religion can be, it's not, you know, like I said, not to get into religion. It's not for me. Right? It's not for me to go to church. I am spiritual. I believe in a higher power. My interpretation of that is different than a lot of people. As I said, my dad was deeply religious, and my late mother was a Muslim. So I have a different view of religion as it pertains to kind of faith and things. I do believe in something, but I believe in a lot of things. That's it. But yeah, big up. And Black said, I work at a luxury hotel, and I can guarantee if we lost all immigrant workers, we'd be cooked. Yeah, bro. Eastern Europeans, if you're in Europe, Mexicans and Asians, if you're in America, like there's so many people that are immigrants at work because they make a lot more than they would in their country. So, yeah. I hear you. Tails laughing at Jack. BBK views Shane. BBK views Shane, Latvian. BBK, I love all you guys know Diddy. And it's good, bro. I like some of those same dudes. I like Taryn, Uncle Views, Shane, Latvian Gooner, yeah. Latvian Gooner always send me, raids and stuff. So I appreciate it. But yeah, man, those guys are good guys. And one day I hope to do more things with them. Mateo, Black Crow facts, especially in the medical field. I don't believe in religion. I believe in Jesus, Gabriel Jesus. You know what I believe in, Mateo, when it comes to Jesus? I believe that Gabriel Jesus doesn't know what outside is. That guy does not know what outside is. That's one thing. But no, I hear you believe in Jesus, and big up to that. Big up in Jesus, Allah, whoever you believe. Big up to you guys. Anyways, any of you guys watch hockey? Not this season. The Panthers this season were like Tottenham Hotspur. They had injury after injury after injury, and we didn't even make the playoffs, which is unfortunate. But I'm just glad we won two Stanley Cups, man. I'm happy with that. A warm climate hockey team. We won we won 2 Stanley Cups. I'm cool with that. Ted said Habs 3-3 with Tampa Bay. I hope Habs wins. Because I do not want Tampa Bay to win. I don't like when they win. They talk a lot of trash. He said, Bay, my bad. I went to see the Lightning versus the Rangers. I've never seen. My wife, who may still be in the chat, she's actually gone. She's gone to see the Panthers play in person. I don't know who they were playing, but one of her friends took her, and they went together. And I was jealous. I was like, bro, I've never been, but yeah, I still have yet to go. Even though I live my mother-in-law lives about 15 minutes away from where they play. So yeah. The good doctor says, who knew MLS would be great in midfield? Oh yeah, that's right, all of us. Still credit Mikhail for playing him there. Now he's got some decisions for Tuesday. Big up the good doctor. I said this. We've been talking about MLS playing the midfield for ages, and we finally did it, and we look like an actual football team. But this is my thing. Because he played him 90 minutes, I see him not playing him for a full 90 minutes on Tuesday. That's just my opinion. Because we've seen that. Our manager likes to pull his guys off that he's going to play and then leave the ones he's not going to play on the pitch. I'm just saying. Gab Jesus is sad, man. I loved him a lot when he was at City. Very happy we signed him towards ACL, then went to crap. Yeah. That'll do it. Just like, and this is why I hope that Saka doesn't regress. I hope that Urian Timber doesn't regress, because ACLs, hamstrings, they're tough to come back from. Just saying. So I hope they keep being great. I think Gabriel Jesus is just poor control over his stride. He's always stretching his legs out. It's too late now. He's too old. Give me 2 seconds. I'm back. Throat was dry. I had to drink some water. Jeez. I'm about to leave in a bit anyway. But Mateo says Miracle Mikhail had us up tight with no striker. Yeah, bro. Had us with Kai Havertz. Black's back-to-back ACLs. This guy is cursed. Yeah. It's tough, bro. Tough. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen to Timber. I'm very, very, very cautious when it comes to Timber. Gooner, bro, Tampa are the dirtiest team I've seen in ages. One thing that I'd say about the Tampa Bay Lightning, bro, and I realize they just don't care. When I think before we won our Stanley Cup the year before, I think they had won it, or they won it the year before that, right? These bums, Steven Stamkos and them was on the bench, right? Steven Stamkos wasn't playing. They said he was injured. Then, for some reason in the playoff, this guy was 100%. He put us to the sword. I was like, these dirty bums, right? They do this thing where they say, oh, these guys are injured. Oh, they're injured. So they can just get good. And then they let these guys come in the playoffs and dish rag. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. But we finally got their number. 2 Stanley Cups. I'm cool with that. Started watching hockey recently. What a sport. It's the last sport. The last sport where you can fight somebody, sit on the bench, and keep going. I love that. I love that. Honestly, might be the best. Maybe I'm just too Canadian. I don't know. Who's your team? Who's your team? Yeah, who is your hockey team? I assume it's the Montreal Canadiens. Because most people I meet, it's usually the Canadiens or it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. The one lady I work with who's from Canada, she's a Maple Leafs fan. But she's from Toronto. Gabriel Jesus acts like Messi in during training. We'll put him in the game. He stinks it up. We got a lot like that. You remember Eddie Nketiah? They talk about, oh, Eddie Nketiah is the next best thing. That boy couldn't hit water if he fell out the Titanic, bro. I met 2 of the Habs players. One is Albanian like me. My barber's Albanian, bro. He likes Man United, though. I need to go get me a haircut. Once we win the league, I'm going to go get a haircut just so I can talk trash. Just so I can talk trash, bro. I'm going to give it just so I can talk trash. Very trash. Should be sold in the summer. Gabriel Jesus, yeah. We hope. Hamstring is horrible, man. I can't imagine getting surgery for that. Yeah, man. You see the back of Saka's leg? Long scar, bro. Tough. If I was a player, hamstring would be the one I'd be peeing my pants about that, and Achilles. Yeah, we talked about that. Kobe Bryant with the Achilles thing, bro. Nah, bro. It's tough. No, it ain't Nketiah. 22-23. Trash. Eduardo Nketiah. Trash. Part of my French. F Tampa. Yeah, can't stand it, bro. Hockey games live on TV suck. In the arena, they're so much fun. I've never been. I just one of the things I want to go. I would love to go to a hockey match in person. But yeah. And Jack, I don't know about that, but even on TV, it's amazing. I like it on TV as well. You just gotta train your eyes to see where the puck's going. That's what it is. But yeah. Habs, who else? Yep, Montreal. You should go if you have a chance. Yep. Go Habs, go. Yep. Tyson says I'm back, people. Big up, Tyson. Listen, it's nearing 11 o'clock, so I am going to. I promise. Big up, God, for making me born in Montreal. I don't know the different. I know there's the Ottawa Senators who suck. I know Montreal Canadiens. I know the Oilers, Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. And what is it? 5 or 6? Vancouver Canucks, Edmonton Oilers, Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens, and Ottawa Senators. I think that's a 5. I think that's 5. I will, but worst seat is 500 Canadian. Jeez. That's expensive. Yes, it is. He said, "F up your haircut, though." Nah, man, he does a really good job. I'm gonna go in there. I'm waiting till my haircut is done and say, "Hold that, boy." Tyson said, "Wait, not cut off." No, not yet. Not yet. My joint's long though, bro. Like my joints, they long, fam. Like I have to like put them down. My like I was doing a stream with Dark Side, and he was like, "Bro, I didn't realize your hair was that long because I usually have it in a bun." But yeah, no, I'm not gonna cut them off yet. There's a specific milestone in my life where I actually cut them off. But I haven't reached that yet. Yep, country's going to crap. Terry had Achilles too, but played through the pain. What a monster! Yeah, bro, Thierry Henry and Kobe Bryant, different sports, same cloth. That's all I'm gonna say. Different sport, same cloth. That's all I'm saying. Dirtiest buns by far. Welcome back, Ty. Yep, welcome back. If we win this, honestly, halves they go through it, we can go all the way. It'll be a massive push mentally if we beat them. Isn't it true that a Canadian team hasn't won like the Stanley Cup in like 40 years? Yeah. If we win this, honestly, halves they go through it. Oh, I just read that. Oh, you did it twice. Okay. Gooner, don't jinx us. I'm just saying. Mateo said Thierry Henry the king. Tyson said, just checking, bro. Team's okay. Too many brothers cutting off the shrimp. I need to cut them down though, because they're getting too long. Like they're getting extremely long. But my wife is she's my lock lady in the UK, so she does me good. My actual lock lady back in Florida, bro. That my barber and lock lady back in South Florida, broski. When I tell you they turned me from like a 9.5 to a 13, I'm just kidding. But nah, bro, they get me right, bro. I ain't been back to America in a hot minute though. I need to, because I miss my lock lady. She got magical hands. But yeah. I'm gonna name my son Thierry Dennis. I actually know one of my British cousins' name is Thierry, and it's because his dad was a massive Arsenal fan, and he named his son Thierry. So yeah, one of my cousins Thierry. And Mateo said since '93. Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, that's 33 years, bro. Which is crazy because I mean, Canadians are like the king of hockey, and them not winning for 33 years is diabolical. But Jack, big up. Oh, you're winning there, bro. Yeah, I'm trying, broski. Gooner, you living in the UK? Yeah, bro. So I'm from Miami. If you're new to the channel, I'm from Miami. And I moved to the UK in 2018 for university. Yeah, I moved to UK for university in 2018. I graduated. I did my master's in 2023. Graduated with my master's in 2023. Decided I'd stay, and here we are. So yeah. Name my son Thierry, guaranteed. Yep. Nightmare getting hair done. Ain't no female in my family with those skills too westernized. It's hard finding a lot. Like my wife had to teach herself. She had to teach herself how to do it, because there's no one like near where we live that I would trust to actually do it. So, and she does a very good job. But my lock lady back home, she is a actual magician. She wash, dry, crazy, amazing. They are, but we started rebuild 3-4 years ago. Now we're in the playoffs. Yeah, man. It'd be nice to see one of the Canadian teams win, though. It would be nice. I think it'd be good for the sport. As long as it ain't Tampa Bay, I don't care who wins. Stoney is your lock lady. Give thanks before you catch those magical hands. My wife knows she's good. Listen, my wife, right? My wife knows that my lock lady is good. Like she wants me to go get my locks done by my lock lady. That's how good that lady is. And when it comes to my barber, yeah, bro. My barber got credit with my wife as well. So yeah. We can go all the way to the final if we beat Tampa. Gonna hire the Albanians in England, bro. I only know the one. He's the only Albanian I know. He's pretty cool. But yeah. I live in like an area that ain't really that diverse. It's mostly British people. The most diverse people I see are Welsh or Scottish or Irish. Got a couple Irish as well. But yeah, I don't really see like anyone outside of there where I live. So yeah. Gooner, hella IQ. No wonder you support Arsenal. I just know sport, man. Like I said, I used to read the paper, so I know a lot about teams. I know a lot about kind of sports. I've fallen out. I've stopped following quite a few sports like baseball, but I can still hold a conversation. Oilers got cooked, and Mateo says, "I hate Tampa more than you. You do not. I can guarantee you. I can get 1,000%, Mateo. You do not. I am from Miami, Florida. I hate Tampa teams. I hate the Buccaneers. I hate the University of South Florida, even though I almost went there. I hate the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I hate the Tampa Bay Lightning. I almost moved to Tampa as well, and it has sucked. But I like Tampa as an establishment. There's no way. There's no way you hate them more than me. I guarantee you. No, there's no way. I've had to watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win two NFL trophies, 2 Lombardis. I've had to watch the Tampa Bay Devil Rays be good when the Marlins were shite. I've had to watch the Lightning win a couple of Stanley Cups. I guarantee you, you do not hate Tampa more than I do. And Tampa's not even at the top of my hate team list. Tallahassee's at the top of my list. So I hate Florida State. Hate Florida State. Can't stand them. But yeah, I'm a Florida kid, man. So no, I don't think you can hate Tampa more than me. Damn, bro, she learned. That's dedication. You definitely. My wife learned a lot of things, bro. So have I. Like the thing when you live. How do I say this? I don't like to pull punches on this channel, and I won't. We're black. We're black people. We're Afro-Caribbean. And when you move to a predominantly white country, you don't have all the luxuries that you have when you live in South Florida. Right? So I've had to learn a lot of things, how to cook my traditional dishes without the things that I would have in South Florida. She's had to learn things like how to do her hair and things like that without the things that we have in South Florida. And granted, you get some help. You look up some things. She's found like a nail lady, and she'll get her hair done back in America because she still hasn't found anybody who can do it. I'll get my hair done by her. And it's just stuff like that. Like when you learn. So I've learned a lot by doing that stuff. It's froze me, which means it's almost time for me to go. I'll read the rest of the comments and I'm gonna dip out. Big up, Mrs. Gooner. Yeah, man, I love my life. A lot of people call us bad and drug dealers in England. Man, not nice. The Albanians. I mean, people will talk trash. They just don't know. I take everybody at face value. You're a good person until you prove to me that you're not. I don't believe everybody, but you know what I'm saying? I believe that you are who you show me to be. It's true, but not nice. Gooner, no way. I despise him so much. I hate Tampa. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm from Florida, from the trenches, bro. I don't think you hate Tampa more than I do. Okay, folks, I'm out. Peace and love. Have a great weekend. Let's go, Gunners. I'm right behind you, Jack. Thank you for stopping by. Biggest blanks and losers I've ever seen. Pardon my French. Big up, Jack Swagger, the wrestler. Big up Mateo. How come you hate Tampa? Aren't they a Florida team? Yeah, but when you from Florida, bro, like when you're from Florida, you just get rivals with other towns. Like Miami's not really Florida. It's hard to explain. We're in Florida, but we not really Florida. So we got beef with everybody who ain't Miami. It's kind of progressed since then. Like it's become South Florida, like Broward County, Palm Beach County. But South Florida don't like any other parts of Florida. We don't like no more of them dudes. We don't like Tampa. We don't like Jacksonville. We don't like none of them dudes. We'll rock with you if it's Florida against everybody else. It's like your brother. Like I can't stand that dude, but he my brother. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Peace, Gooner. We got Super Mikhail. Teddy knows exactly what we need. Tierney in the back, Gabby in the attack. Also on the way to Champions League, we got Super Arteta. I'm out too, big up, Gooner. And I'm out too. All right. Thank you so much for sticking with me for 2.5 hours. I didn't expect to be on here this long, but my wife already knows. Plus, it's almost 11 p.m. and I have video games to play. I'm going to end this how I end everyone. As I said, I hope everything that is going good with you. I hope that it sticks around. I hope that everything that you want to come off comes off. I hope that everything you want to leave your life does. I hope you get rid of everything that's not serving you. But most of all, I hope that you had fun. I hope that you enjoyed talking with me. And I hope that you return to Gooner Rican TV. I'll see you guys on the next stream. I hope you have a good one. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the share notifications. I will probably have a pop-up or the Waffle House coming up in the next couple of days. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take it easy. Good night and good luck.